Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to your host this afternoon, Alison Robinson from the Natural Environment Research Council and Ian Patton, EAUC.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the Green Gown Award ceremony for the UK and Ireland. We're delighted to bring the awards ceremony to you in the comfort of your own home and for a few of you in your own office. We're really looking forward to sharing these great projects and announcing the winners. First though, I'd like to extend a warm welcome to my co-host, Alison Robinson. Alison is the National Environment Research Council's Deputy Executive Chair and Director of Corporate Affairs. She is responsible for NERC's corporate strategy and planning, insight futures, business and stakeholder engagement, sustainability, public engagement with environmental science, impact and outcomes evidence, and takes a leading role in managing change. NERC is part of the UK Research and Innovation, a new body which works in partnership with universities, research organisations, businesses, charities and government to create the best possible environment for research and innovation in which it can flourish. We're honoured that UKRI are our headline sponsors this year, and we are delighted to have you on board, Alison.
Ian, thank you for that very warm welcome and absolutely delighted to be here too. I think it's easy to say that the environment is scooting up everyone's agendas and importance in the round. So to be here with you tonight, to focus on some people, finding solutions and doing great things to help us all join in and do our part to really think about how to promote environmental sustainability is absolutely brilliant. I would, of course, also say about the importance of kind of research and innovation underneath all of that. And I think there's still more to do in that space to really understand how we're all going to have to adapt and mitigate, particularly as climate change takes effect. But again, I go back to how brilliant it is to be here and see kind of the future thinking and the people who are going to help tackle those issues. So thank you for having me here tonight.
Thank you, Alison. To recover from the pandemic, the power of the Green Gown Awards is recognising and celebrating the great civic work institutions are doing during the pandemic, much of which will continue long after the pandemic ends. We are a sector that's versatile, agile, collaborative and forward-thinking. We're at the forefront of much of the research and collaboration that is leading to wide-scale global change. The Green Gown Awards have a vital role to play here in not only recognising and celebrating this fantastic work, but also disseminating and scaling it by sharing good practice between institutions and highlighting award-winning approaches that can be embraced internationally and outside of academia. The Green Gown Awards occupy a very special place. They force us to ask what our institutions are doing well, and of course, what they could be doing better. They raise the bar, and right now, importantly, they are the opportunity in the months and years to come as we recover from the most shocking pandemic in living memory to tell the story of how UK and Irish institutions have collaborated to build back better and play a pivotal and leading role in tackling climate action. In even these most challenging times, we are united as a sector to be even more ambitious in our climate action. As the UK is hosting COP26 in Glasgow in November, addressing the climate crisis continues to be the focus of the EAUC's work and a key priority through our work with the Climate Commission. It's a privilege to celebrate the institutions recognised today.
And with climate action very much in mind, EAUC's aim is to give youth voice on how young people feel with the climate crisis and to raise the ambition of climate action in universities and colleges. We want to know the real fears and hopes on the climate crisis from our youth, resulting in a call for action from students across the world to ask universities and colleges to take climate action now. This year, we are partnering with Enactus students. Enactus is dedicated to creating a better world while developing the next generation of entrepreneurial leaders and social innovators. EUAC partner with Enactus and we encourage sustainability professionals to become advisors to their Enactus teams. Please get in touch with EAUC or Enactus to learn more. We are delighted to share with you some of the Enactus students' hopes and fears.
This is what we young people fear about the climate crisis.
Our voices are not being heard.
Winter is not coming.
Inaction, greed.
I am anxious.
My very existence is blurry.
Tomorrow will be too late.
I am not being listened to.
Time is running out.
This is what we young people hope for.
Greener economy.
We can be the change.
Innovation.
Every little step matters.
Young people are taking action.
They destroy, we rebuild, we stay strong, and we live on.
Clean energy resources.
People do care.
Global action.
We are the solution and the resolution.
Thank you to all the students involved. We will be hearing more from them during the ceremony.
The Green Gowns are brought to you by EAUC and supported by our headline sponsor, UK Research and Innovation, and our category sponsors, Cubo, Emerald Publishing, Salix Finance, the Energy Consortium, and our awards media partner, University Business. Without your partnership and financial support to the awards, we would not be able to continue to do this. So we thank you. Although this year's ceremony is free to attend, we do ask if you're able to make a donation to help us to continue to run the Green Gown Awards. The main source of income we receive to run the awards comes from the awards ceremony. While we will not incur these costs for the venue this year, we still have costs to run the awards programme and host a virtual awards ceremony. We hugely appreciate any donation you can make, however small. We thank you all for your support so we can continue to celebrate and scale the sustainability excellence going on in UK and Irish education. A link to our Just Giving page can be found in the description box below. We'd like to thank the awards steering group members and all the judges for their continued support. This year, again, we had over 100 judges involved. It is their substantial experience in the sector and representing key bodies that make the Green Gown Awards truly sector-owned. Thank you all. One of the great things about a virtual awards ceremony is that there's no housekeeping, but we're still going to get you tweeting if you can, so please join us on Twitter using @GreenGowns. And there is a YouTube live chat, which should appear to the right of your screens. While we're unable to socialise in person, we do hope to create a social space with the online chat and Twitter. So let's get on with the ceremony.
Thank you, Ian. Just to go through the format, we have guest presenters to announce the winners of each category. Highly commended recipients will be announced first, followed by the winners. The judges are allowed the discretion to award up to 2 winners for each category to distinguish between large and small institution applications. A small institution is defined as having an annual turnover of £50 million or less. However, this will only be done when applications are of a high quality and it is not mandatory. There are 4 international categories: benefiting society, next generation learning and skills, student engagement, and Sustainability Institution of the Year award. Winners of these categories will go forward to the International Green Gown Awards ceremony, which is supported by the UN Environment and will take place later in the year. As we will see across many of the awards this evening, There are a great many teams and individuals who are championing sustainability initiatives at their institutions, and the level of leadership, drive, and commitment demonstrated by these people, you, are truly outstanding. With so many fantastic projects taking place across the UK and Ireland, it makes the job of choosing an outright winner extremely difficult, especially as each enterprise has its own special merits and we are all ultimately striving towards a common goal. We thank each and every finalist for sharing your inspirational projects, and we wish you all the very best. But now let's get on with what we are all waiting for, the Green Gown Awards for UK and Ireland. First up is the 2030 Climate Action category, sponsored by the Energy Consortium. There are 4 finalists in the running: Aston University, De Montfort University, University College London, and University of Plymouth. To present the 2030 Climate Action Award, please welcome Richard Murphy from the Energy Consortium.
TEC has been providing services on a not-for-profit basis to support the higher and further education sectors in sourcing and managing their energy supply arrangements for over 25 years. In recent years, we've been focusing our attentions on a range of support services to complement the core energy supply and risk management services for which TEC is well known. Our experience and that of our members clearly demonstrate that the service received from suppliers via the TEC framework is very different to what may be experienced with other suppliers via direct relationships. Services now include energy bill validation and most recently access to competitive water and ancillary services framework, yet again supported by TEC's highly effective supplier management. Perhaps most notable with our recent achievements is the first power purchase agreement in the public sector, under which 20 institutions now source a proportion of their energy from guaranteed UK renewable generation, a benefit that directly supports Scope 2 carbon reductions and will deliver these until 2029. Such agreements are also key in supporting the growth of renewable generation in the UK and the achievement of carbon targets for now and the future. The pandemic has been a challenging time for us all, and I'm delighted to report that TEC has provided significant support to sustainability and energy professionals across our membership in understanding the impact of the pandemic on their energy usage, their energy cost, and of course, carbon emissions. It also appears that the present situation has given the same professionals time and resource to focus on a response to the climate emergency and to establish a path for their institution and the sector to establishing net zero carbon ahead of the UK's national target of 2050. Work is going on everywhere to first establish benchmarks and consider initiatives to support these aims, including TEC providing additional zero carbon electricity through more PPAs. The cost of some of these estates projects will be considerable, running to billions of pounds for the sector and even hundreds of millions for some individual institutions. It's through the lens of the EAUC, the sector's Climate Commission, and of course the Green Gown Awards that we can provide a focus and further services to assist the sector in achieving our aims, since engagement from all stakeholders within the sector, from academics to students, is vital if we're to change behaviours as well as estates. TEC will be at the heart of these initiatives, using our reputation and expertise to access services and funding to make net zero a reality, delivering on the great work showcased by all the Climate Action 2030 awards, both this year and in the future. So now on to the Climate 2030 Action category results. The judges have awarded one highly commended, and this goes to the University of Plymouth.
The University of Plymouth, with its collaborating on a net zero pathway project, is accelerating its carbon reduction commitments with an ambition to deliver net zero emissions for direct emissions by 2025. This application showed good acceleration of climate emergency action, with excellent consideration of ground source heating and cooling network. The judges were impressed with the impact on the region being sufficient, especially with the wider student involvement initiatives, and commended the use of internships in the local community around Devon and Cornwall, a very well structured plan and application with good external and internal collaboration and partnerships. Congratulations.
And the winner of the 2030 Climate Action Award is University College London. Congratulations.
University College London's Positive Climate Campaign, Change Possible, is a sector-leading commitment to become a carbon zero institution by 2030. The campaign will deliver a paradigm shift in the way it operates as an institution. The judges thought this is a truly innovative and inspiring project. Empowerment of staff and students through a people-centric approach is to be applauded. Use of 100% UCL-owned renewables target, together with a well-considered and clear Scope 3 reduction programme, is integral to everything. This was a very comprehensive application with demonstrated results and partnerships, precisely outlined targets, solid reporting and accountability components, and good dissemination strategy. Congratulations.
Our second category is reporting with influence. The three institutions in the running are Aston University, University of the West of England, UE Bristol, the University of Worcester. To present the Reporting with Influence Award, please welcome Julie Tam from Universities UK.
Thanks very much, Ian. I'm delighted to be presenting this award. This year, there are no highly commended. However, unable to decide between two finalists, and this being an exceptional year, the judges have awarded two winners. The first Reporting with Influence winner is the University of the West of England. Congratulations.
The University of West of England is committed to supporting the global sustainability agenda for a strong, healthy, and just society, living with environmental limits in everything that it does. Central to this commitment is the ambition to create an environment and culture in which all student and staff members have the opportunity to develop and use the skills and understanding required to contribute to global sustainability and health, both at the university and throughout their private lives. Embedded into the university annual report, judges were really impressed with a well-structured and comprehensive reporting covering a broad spread of responsibilities. Congratulations.
And the second Reporting with Influence winner is the University of Worcester. Congratulations.
The 17 Sustainable Development Goals have been critical in sparking academic discourse as well as broader discussions about the societal role of universities. The University of Worcester conviction demands that it engages in both. This report makes clear that sustainable development, climate emergency, and carbon neutrality remains a strategic task at Worcester. When read in conjunction with the annual report and financial statements, this demonstrates clear alignment and integration of social responsibility and environmental sustainability with the core focus of the university. Judges particularly liked the excellent linkage with senior management, external assurance, and key performance indicators. They enjoyed the report is seeing their widespread technical engagement spread across the university. Congratulations.
Our next category is benefiting society. This is the most popular category, and this year we have 12 finalists. Aston University with 2 projects, Cardiff Metropolitan University, Keele University, Queen's University Belfast, the University of Nottingham, University College Dublin, University of Derby, University of Greenwich, University of St Andrews, and University of Wales Trinity St David, again with 2 projects. To present the award for the Benefiting Society category, please welcome Nigel Topping, Climate Action Champion for COP26.
Thank you, Alison, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and thanks to EAUC for bringing us all together. I'm delighted to be announcing the winners of the Benefiting Society Award as part of this year's Green Gowns Awards. As the UK's high-level climate action champion for COP26, my job is to bring together and champion what the UN system calls non-state actors, so businesses, investors, cities, regions and universities. So I'm thrilled to be here with you to see some of the amazing examples of universities putting purpose at the heart of their work, both in terms of the direct impact on the communities that universities are a part of, and in terms of preparing leaders for careers and lives of purpose for the common good as they go forward from their university experience. The judges have awarded 2 highly commended, and the first of those goes to Aston University's the Sir Doug Ellis Pathway to Healthcare Programme.
The Sir Doug Ellis Pathway to Healthcare program has engaged over 2,000 students since its creation in 2016, expanding knowledge, developing skills, and giving an insight into what university life is like to those who ambitions to study medicine or healthcare-related degree. This project ably promotes a greater range of people to become healthcare professionals. It breaks down ivory towers by engaging students early, even before they choose GCSE subjects, across a wide number of schools. It provides excellent links to health professionals as role models and makes healthcare stronger through promoting diversity and capturing those talented young people who would otherwise be lost to medicine. Congratulations.
And the second highly commended goes to the University of St Andrews.
Heritage sites are valuable archives of past change and adaptation, yet approximately 12,000 sites in Scotland are threatened by climate change. Since 2000, Tom Dawson and his research team have developed innovative methods for site prioritization and pioneered a citizen science approach in rising to this challenge. Learning from loss, climate change calls to heritage and community action, has strong student and staff engagement, shows exceptional leadership, and was significant for students and their future careers. The judges thought there was excellent scale and depth to the work, and it showed how to engage large numbers of the community with positive impacts. It is a sustainable project, long-term and transferable. Congratulations.
And the winner of the Benefiting Society Award, and also going through to the International Green Gown Awards final, is the University of Nottingham.
Pets are key to homeless people's mental well-being, and they face daily problems in keeping the pets healthy and in finding accommodation which will accept pets. This project, Vets in the Community, Pets Need Vets, beautifully supports a section of our community that have had negative experiences and lack of opportunity. And at the same time, it allows students who have the privilege of studying veterinary medicine to learn from this group and better empathize with others. Judges recognize this is an exceptionally strong project, simple but effective community action, not only benefiting others directly, but sharing their work and making it transferable to other universities and colleges. Congratulations!
Well, a huge congratulations to the University of Nottingham. I'm really delighted, especially since my niece recently graduated the degree in mechanical electrical engineering and is now one of the army of great women engineers working on the energy transition, working in the solar industry. But I've got one final request, and that's to urge all of you, all the universities, all colleges, to sign the global climate letter for universities and colleges ahead of COP26. That's the official route for you to enter the race to zero, and it's a race that we only win if everyone is in. So please, everyone who hasn't already signed the letter, sign that letter now and join the race to zero. Thank you.
Thank you, Nigel. The next category is supported by Emerald Publishing and is split into 2: Research with Impact, Institution and Student. We start with Institution. There are 6 finalists in this category. Aberystwyth University, Keele University, the University of Sheffield, the University of Glasgow, and the University of Plymouth with 2 projects. To present the awards for Research with Impact, please welcome Sally Wilson, Emerald Publishing, and Saresh Kalaga from the University of Manchester.
Hello, I'm delighted to be here on behalf of Emerald Publishing. Before announcing the results, I'd just like to share a short video with you.
Emerald Publishing is proud to sponsor the 2020 Green Gown Awards. For over 50 years, we have championed fresh thinkers so that those in academia and in practice can bring positive change and have an impact in the real world. Sponsoring the Green Gown Awards is a real and tangible demonstration of this commitment, as the awards recognise the exceptional sustainability initiatives being undertaken by universities and colleges. To find out more about the work we do, just get in touch.
And now on to the results. For the Research with Impact Institution category, there is one highly commended, and this goes to Keele University. Well done, Keele University.
In October 2019, Keele University became the first site to blend hydrogen with natural gas and deliver this to homes and commercial premises, the first step towards decarbonizing the natural gas network. This landmark moment was the result of an intensive program of research by the High Deploy project. Judges saw this as a really important first and a key project for the UK. It included high levels of stakeholder engagement of the whole value chain, including technical, regulator, and customer, and the potential impact of this project contributing to transforming the energy business with new jobs and enhanced green energy skills. Congratulations.
And the winner of Research with Impact Institution is the University of Sheffield. Congratulations.
There are currently 80,000 people living in Zatari, the world's largest Syrian refuge camp. Scientists at the University of Sheffield are world-leading experts in hydroponics. On discovering a pile of old mattresses in Zatari, Sheffield scientists set out to see if this material can mimic the high-tech foams they were using in the lab as a synthetic soil to grow food. The innovative desert garden project began with both humanitarian and sustainable aims at its core. Judges thought this is a hugely impressive and commendable project, providing an innovative and imaginative circular economy approach. It is an exemplary case for utilizing existing skilled resources, resulting in health, social, and environmental benefits. Congratulations.
Now on to Research with Impact, the Student Award. There are two finalists in this category. First is Nalini Nati Thamwakorn from De Montfort University and Sibeli Machado Fontura from Kingston School of Art.
For the Research with Impact Student Award, there are no highly commended, but there is one winner. Congratulations goes to Nalini Nati Thamwakorn from De Montfort University. Congratulations, Nalini. There's an increasing demand for sustainable coloration processes, which are an alternative to conventional textile processes to reduce the impact of textile production on the environment. Nalini's project has developed a novel sustainable enzyme catalyst in situ coloration processes for textiles, whereby biodegradable enzymes derived from fungi are used to color textiles at a low temperature for 1 hour, rather than requiring a near boiling typified by conventional textile dyeing processes. Judges recognized this as an innovative piece of research that shows potential to have huge real-world impacts in an important but often overlooked polluting industry. This winning application shows evidence of real commitment and vision. Congratulations, Nalini.
Our next category is student engagement. Winners of this award go forward to the International Green Gown Awards. This was a popular category with 8 finalists in the running. Anglia Ruskin University, Buxton and Leek College, Durham University, Edinburgh Napier University, Greenwich Students' Union, London School of Economics and Political Science, Queen's University Belfast, and the University of Sheffield. To present the Student Engagement Award, please welcome Manveer Gill, Student Climate Commissioner.
There is one highly commended award, and this goes to Durham University.
Durham University's Green Move Out scheme collects students' unwanted belongings at the end of the academic year and donates the items to local charities. The Green Move started out in 2005 in Collingwood College, where 52 bags were collected for the air ambulance. It has run every year since, growing to include all colleges and students living out in the wider community. It was designed to reduce the waste and support the local area, a little effort on the part of the students. This scheme shows impressive scaling up over the years. Judges were particularly impressed with the adaptive capability this year, with enthusiastic and innovative students stepping up to keep it running. Congratulations.
Judges have bestowed 2 winners representing both a small and a large institution. The first winner of the Student Engagement Award representing a small institution is Buxton and Leek College.
Buxton and Leek College took a college-wide approach to improving its green credential in 2019-2020, embarking on a number of keen-to-go green projects, which saw students take ownership over the ways in which they wanted to improve the sustainability of their campuses and wider communities. The judges were extremely impressed with this application, feeling that it clearly showed mainstreaming, which created a big impact. Even up against big institutions, it is a small organization with a big output. This sets the standard for the whole HFE sector, embedding and mainstreaming sustainability thoroughly with local and global reach. This is a really unique approach that is worth showing off. Congratulations.
And the second winner of the Student Engagement Award representing a large institution is Queen's University Belfast. Congratulations to our winners.
Staff, students, and residents from the local community have joined forces in an effort to enhance the range of habitats within Queen's community, ensuring South Belfast is providing a home for wildlife and enabling its local community to pull together and take action for climate change. Judges love the inclusivity of this Nurture and Grow project between different academic disciplines, university and community, staff and students. The application showed strong student engagement, and the tangible projects evidently work for community involvement. The way it has been developed is unique, and the academic engagement feels authentic. The interdisciplinary mix of students, which is so hard to create, is happening. The long-term legacy is clearly part of this. Congratulations.
And now we come to the Sustainability Champion Award, Staff and Student, sponsored by Salix. Each finalist is to be congratulated for their achievement. We will start with the staff finalists. There are 4 in the running. They are Dr. Catherine Haxton from Keele University, Dr. Amanda Slevin from Queen's University Belfast, Dr. Maggie Fostier, and Dr. Ruth Grady, the University of Manchester, and the Grounds and Gardens team from the University of Leicester. To present the Sustainability Champion Awards, please welcome Kirsty Adamson from Salix and Poppy Newley-Bayliss from the University of Nottingham.
Salix is excited to be sponsoring the Sustainability Champion Award for both staff and students. Salix provides funding for higher and further education institutions to reduce their energy costs by enabling the installation of modern, energy efficient and renewable technologies. We can provide financial support to help meet your net zero climate change targets and collectively work towards the UK government's target of net zero by 2050. And now, on to the results. The judges have awarded 2 highly commended, the first of which goes to Dr. Amanda Slevin, Queen's University Belfast.
When Amanda joined Queen's University Belfast, she identified a clear need for innovative approaches to teaching, learning, research, and public engagement on pressing socio-ecological issues. Since 2018, Amanda has instigated key partnerships with peers, students, and civil society groups to co-design and deliver impactful sustainability projects within and beyond the university. Amanda's efforts as a sustainability champion produce wide-ranging benefits undertaken in addition to her designated workload. Amanda's breadth of impact, cross-faculty working, and the use of arts demonstrated to the judges a clear example of above and beyond helping, ensuring sustainability is central to Queen's University Belfast. Congratulations.
And the second, highly commended, goes to the Grounds and Gardens team, University of Leicester.
The judges liked the collegiate nature of this entry, together with excellent student and Grounds and Gardens team interaction going above and beyond to strive for a sustainable university estate. Of particular highlight was the tree reuse scheme, where trees needing to be removed from campus can be reused on site as signage, furniture or similar to ensure their valuable carbon is not released and the university is not procuring unnecessary new wood. The team have created an urban oasis for all species that is a long way removed from the manicured lawns we expect from the university campuses. Congratulations.
And the winner of the Sustainability Champion Staff Award is Dr. Catherine Haxton, Keele University. Congratulations.
Catherine believes chemistry students must learn about sustainability through their degrees beyond just green chemistry in a laboratory context. So she created and led 2 new chemistry modules with sustainability at their heart, tackling social, political, and economic contexts. The judges were impressed by the achievements made in an area that can be a challenge for sustainability. Clearly, Catherine is able to motivate others and be a champion for the whole school. Of particular note was the inclusion in decolonising for a broad sustainability focus. The link between sustainability action and good science communication was very welcomed. Congratulations.
Well done, Catherine. Now we move to the Sustainability Champion student finalists, and there are 4 in the running, and they are Emma Kidd, Glasgow Caledonian University; Margaret Jennings, Goldsmiths, University of London; Meggie Alloy and Carla Field from the University of Leicester; and Charlotte Evans and Millicent Sutton, University of St Andrews.
The judges have awarded 2 highly commended, the first of which goes to Emma Kidd, Glasgow Caledonian University. Emma created a successful, accessible, and innovative public engagement intervention in sustainable consumption called Fashion Detox Challenge. To achieve this, she designed a standalone website called fashiondetoxchallenge.com, which people can access from anywhere, at any time. This is an impressive project designed to reduce the negative impact in a prominent sector. A clearly global project, the judges welcomed the entry from the fashion industry and recognised the potential large-scale positive impact of a successful project in this area. A well-rounded and transferable project that uses innovative and impressive media campaign to convey an important message to students within an area that is an interest to them. Congratulations. And the second highly commended goes to Meggie Eloy and Carla Field, University of Leicester. As students, Meggie and Carla felt that their university needed to improve its environmental conscience, so they decided to act. They formed the university's only sustainability-focused student society and ran many activities and campaigns to make a difference, including a zero-waste shop through to strategic influence and the ethical investment policy. This is a clear example of students identifying problems and taking clear action to solve them for the long term through a broad range of strategic and operational actions. The judges welcomed their breadth and depth of this entry. Meggie and Carla have made a real sustained change at the university, which has been future-proofed through engagement and policy change. Congratulations. And the winners of the Sustainability Champion Student Award are Charlotte Evans and Millicent Sutton, University of St Andrews. Congratulations. Charlotte and Millicent have gone beyond the normal requirements of students to create and initiate a sustainability module now compulsory for all 11,000 students at the University of St Andrews. Training in Environmental and Sustainable Practice, TESA, inspires, engages and supports environmental and sustainable action locally, globally and practically. This is an excellent example of fearless student leadership, courage and commitment used to turn sustainable thinking into sustainable reality. It is an impressive programme of student-led leadership. The judges were pleased to see the institution embrace this student-led leadership. The reach achieved was significant alongside the winners' other commitments. Congratulations.
Over halfway now, and next up is the Enterprise category, supported by College and University Business Officers, CUBO. This year we have 5 finalists. City of Glasgow College, Galway Mayo Institute of Technology, Manchester Metropolitan University, Southeastern Regional College, and University of Warwick. To present the award for the Enterprise category, please welcome John Greenwood, MBE, from CUBO.
Hello and good evening. I'm John Greenwood from the University of York, and tonight I'm representing CUBO. CUBO is the network for commercial directors at university and colleges, so it's totally appropriate for CUBO to be sponsoring this Enterprise Award this evening. I've been judging these awards for about 12 years now, or probably longer than that, to be honest, and I always look forward to it because I look forward to the great ideas and sustainable projects that come out of the Green Gowns, and I really wish we could all share those between us all, and there's some great takeaways for us all, I think. So yeah, I do look forward to these. Anyway, on to the awards, and let's see who's won what tonight, shall we? Tonight, there are no highly commended awards. However, the judges have awarded to both a small and a large institution. Representing a small institution, the winner of the Enterprise Award goes to Southeastern Regional College.
Southeastern Regional College is a hive of sustainable enterprise and entrepreneurship thanks to its project-based learning and Entrepreneurs Club. The club supports students in setting up and running student companies and invites all full-time students to flex their entrepreneurial skills through the college-wide Enterprise Challenge. To date, 68 student companies have been set up, 20 of which place the environment or society at the heart of their vision. For the judges, what made this submission a standout was the effort and achievement in engaging an entire student cohort with enterprise and sustainability, with evidence of real culture shift and impressive breadth of impact. Congratulations.
And the second winner of the Enterprise Award, representing a large institution, and well done to Manchester Met. Thank you and have a good evening.
Manchester Met's Young Enterprise Startup Program has developed the entrepreneurial capabilities combined with sustainability credential of 370 student startup businesses. In the 20 years since its inception in 2001, in total, 1,850 students have participated, 55% of whom are the first generation of their family to attend university. The program acts as a conduit for wider social impact within its local communities. Student teams ideate new business concepts and business models to launch and trade creative new products and services. This award recognizes the impressive program of activity at Manchester Met, supporting social, economic, and environmental enterprise and inclusion, empowering students from all backgrounds, developing talent, and delivering positive, sustainable outcomes. Congratulations.
Now we move on to the Campus Health, Food and Drink category. 8 institutions are in the running, and they are Cardiff Metropolitan University, City of Glasgow College, London School of Economics and Political Science, Sheffield Hallam University, the University of St Andrews, the University of Westminster, University of Winchester, and the University of York. And to present the Campus Health Food and Drink Award, please welcome Jenny Jameson from the Scottish Funding Council.
The judges did not bestow any highly commended, but they did choose one winner. The winner of the Campus Health Food and Drink Award is the University of St Andrews.
With small changes, residential and business services at the University of St Andrews have made significant impact on campus sustainability. By working closely with local farmers, increasing plant-based options, making food waste into bioenergy, and taking several measures to reduce waste to landfill, RBS takes holistic measures across procurement, serving, and waste. The initiatives empower the local community and support the well-being of both students and Earth. Judges felt the project name Small Changes for Significant Impact on Sustainability encapsuled their work. The positive impact on its locality, with over 50% of food sourced from Scotland, placed the university and the region in a great position to build back better. Congratulations.
We move on to the Next Generation Learning and Skills category. Winners of this award go through to the International Green Gown Awards. This was our second most popular category, with 10 institutions in the running. They are Cardiff Metropolitan University, De Montfort University, Dumfries and Galloway College, North East Scotland College, Nottingham Trent University, the University of Edinburgh, University of Gloucestershire with 2 projects, and University of Salford, also with 2 projects. To present the Next Generation Learning and Skills Award, please welcome the Right Honourable Philip Dunn, MP.
Well, I'm very pleased to be here this evening to help present the next set of awards. As is clear, I'm the chairman of the Environmental Audit Committee in Parliament, and we're the main body that scrutinises the government's environmental performance. And we get a lot of help from universities and colleges right across the country submitting evidence to us and appearing before us as witnesses at oral evidence sessions. So that's why I think I've been asked to help present this award tonight, and why I'm so pleased to be with you to congratulate the winners and those who've been highly commended. So first off, the judges bestowed 2 highly commended for this category of Next Generation Learning and Skills Award. And the first goes to De Montfort University. Congratulations.
Since 2018, De Montfort's University Centre for English Language Learning has run a project to write, then teach in-house pre-sessional materials with their SDGs as their core theme. In 2020, it ran a full 8-week programme using these, totalling almost 200 hours of classroom content. Between 600 and 1,000 international students study on these programmes to learn English language and academic skills required for degree study. Chief amongst these are the ability to think critically and to engage in constructive discussions with peers around key issues. This project demonstrates significant student reach to a population of students not normally engaged in sustainability issues, with significant international impact. Congratulations.
And the second highly commended goes to the University of Salford for collaboration, learning and sharing together.
The environmental impacts of the fashion industry are enormous. The Caring Sharing Brief for Fashion Image Making and Styling students addresses this and equips them with the capabilities they need to be tomorrow's employees and game changers. They are not afraid to stand up for issues they believe in and who can work together to progress sustainable solutions within the fashion industry. This University of Salford project is impressive in its commitment to zero cost and zero waste, demonstrating the wide reach and impact that can be achieved without a budget and through working with inspirational external partners and community engagement. Congratulations.
So now we come to the winners, and the judges have decided, because of the high caliber of applications, to award both a small and a large institution award. So the winner of the Next Generation Learning and Skills Award, representing a small institution, is North East Scotland College.
North East Scotland College is committed to embracing opportunities in energy transition as the region focuses on an exciting low-carbon future. Engineering ingenuity provides the foundation for green revolution, and collaboration with industry partners ensures the next generation are at the heart of the transformation. Girls in Energy, a catalyst for change, is giving the engineers of a future the platform to drive positive change with their skill, dedication, and imagination. The longevity of this project, its industry involvement, level of community engagement, and contribution to gender equality in the energy sector and a green and just energy transition makes this project a very worthy award winner. Congratulations.
And the winner of the Next Generation Learning and Skills Award, representing a large institution, is the University of Gloucestershire with a rounder sense of purpose. Many congratulations to you all.
Around a Sense of Purpose is a project coordinated from the School of Education and Humanities. Through rigorous trialling and research, it has developed a set of 12 competences for educators working at any level who wish to facilitate learning for sustainability. Now in its second phase, the project has involved 9 partner institutions from across Europe, has reached thousands of teachers, and is currently being adopted well beyond the EU. This project demonstrates clear leadership of a significant international project, while also being integrated deeply into the university's own educational activities with staff and students, with wide-reaching dissemination and impact on the international ESD sector. Congratulations.
We move on to our penultimate category, Campus of the Future. There are 4 institutions in the running, and they are De Montfort University, the University of Edinburgh with 2 projects, and the University of York. To present the Campus of the Future Award, please welcome Jane White from the Association of University Directors of Estates.
The judges bestowed 2 highly commended, the first of which goes to De Montfort University.
De Montfort University's campus redevelopment has created quality areas of public realm, as well as enhancing a main arterial walking and cycling route into the heart of the city of Leicester. DMU's campus blends the historical and the new, reflecting the great tradition of its home city and the buildings. The centerpiece of the stunning Vijay Patel building, which achieved BM Excellent Standard and incorporates renewable energy technology, sustainable urban drainage, and sustainable construction and the new green space in the city. Judges thought this is a great example of how sustainability can be embedded in major regeneration schemes to achieve multiple benefits in a very visible way. Congratulations.
The second highly commended goes to University of York.
As much as 1 ton of plastic per science laboratory is thrown away each year, through collaborative work between laboratory research teams, the department infrastructure team, University Estates Department, and its waste contractors, the University of York developed sustainable and cost-effective processes to separately consign and recycle these single-use laboratory plastics in order to give them a new life. Judges really liked the very proactive approach, replicability, and active communication and sharing which this initiative has achieved. Campuses of the future will need to be continually active on material consumption, circular economy, and single-use plastics. This is a great example for others to learn from. Congratulations, University of York.
And the winner of the Campus of the Future Award goes to the University of Edinburgh for greening our campus and city.
The University of Edinburgh has initiated an adaptation and biodiversity program of work, which includes innovative flagship projects such as green infrastructure, mapping of its campuses, and city parks using a flexible technology platform and hedgehog-friendly campus campaign. These projects are transforming its campuses so that the university of the future will be defined by high biodiversity value, green and blue spaces embedded in the urban context of Edinburgh, both of which are essential for adapting to climate change and for providing health and well-being benefits. Judges were impressed with the campus-wide approach. The use of technology and the proactive approach to engagement, both on campus and with the wider community. Congratulations.
Our final award this evening is the Sustainability Institution of the Year Award, supported by the EAUC. The winners of this category go through to the International Green Gown Awards. We have 4 institutions in the running: Dumfries and Galloway College, Keele University, University of Gloucestershire, and University of the West of Scotland. To present the Sustainability Institution of the Year Award, please welcome Professor Jim Longhurst, Assistant Vice-Chancellor, Environment and Sustainability at UWE, and of course, Chair of the EAUC Board.
Good afternoon, colleagues, and welcome to this, the last of our awards this afternoon. Before we get to the Sustainability Institution of the Year Award, I'd just like to say some thanks on behalf of the EAUC to those many finalists in this year's awards, to our highly commended and to our winners. Thank you so much. This has been the most difficult of years, and it is really encouraging to see the many examples of sustainability leadership and initiatives that have been submitted for this year's awards. So thank you, colleagues across the colleges and universities of Britain and Ireland, for your fantastic efforts to keep the sustainability flag flying. Thank you so much. So, to the Sustainability Institution of the Year Awards, the culmination of this awards ceremony. Firstly, the judges for this category wish it to be known that each and every one of the finalists in this category was extremely strong and are to be commended for their great efforts. There are no highly commended submissions for this category, but there are 2 winners, one representing a small institution and the other a large institution. And both winners will go through to the International Green Gown Awards. The winner of the Sustainability Institution of the Year Award, representing a small institution, is Dumfries and Galloway College. Many congratulations to the college, and to hear more about them, we will now play their short video.
I'm thrilled that we've been nominated in the Sustainability Institution of the Year category in the prestigious Green Gown Awards. It's a real testament to the hard work and focus we've applied in the past year to help tackle climate change and move our college onto the next level. We've embedded net zero into our culture and ways of working. This isn't just lip service, we're actually getting on with the job. We are proud of our contribution in educating to help tackle the world's energy crisis and the part we're playing to become the first net zero region in Scotland. Through a combination of vision, dedication, community spirit and technological innovation, we've crafted partnerships with organisations with a similar agenda to us and built the facilities on our campus that place green energy skills development firmly at the heart of what we do. We believe through educating and training our students and inspiring others who share a similar interest, we'll help the south of Scotland to innovate and thrive and steer the region towards a cleaner and greener future.
Dumfries and Galloway College has been working to reduce its carbon emissions since 2015. It has found that the best way to do this is through practical means, traditional and innovative, as well as working with sector peers on more collaborative approaches. The college has moved this to the next level, taking its learnings and wide range of initiatives out to community, and business partners and helping them understand the impact that they can make on climate change, steering Dumfries and Galloway towards being a truly green region. This is an exemplar of an institution making socio-economic and environmental impacts, not just in its teaching, but as a leader in the community too. Congratulations.
The winner of the Sustainability Institution of the Year Award, representing a large institution, is Keele University. Many congratulations to Keele, and here is their video.
So sustainability is one of Keele's really key overarching priorities, and that's not just about being excellent in research and excellent in education in specific areas around sustainability. It is about embedding sustainability into literally everything we do.
Collaborations are at the heart of how we embed sustainability at Keele. This includes collaborating with academic colleagues across all faculties and schools to give all our students the opportunity to explore their discipline through a sustainability lens. Collaboration is also key to research. Our Institute for Sustainable Futures brings together researchers across all disciplines to work collaboratively on research focused on the Sustainable Development Goals. Our sustainability research also includes flagship projects such as HyDeploy and our Smart Energy Network demonstrator. We're also collaborating with our local community to support climate emergency action beyond the Keele campus and are working with 10 local councils to support them in acting on their climate emergency declarations. At Keele, we declared a climate emergency in 2019, and collaboration will be key to meeting our target of net zero by 2030.
Keele offers a number of opportunities for students to engage with sustainability while studying at the university, from opportunities to learn about sustainable food through the walled garden allotments and Way to Go Zero Waste shop, to the Great Donate, contributing to the local community and reducing waste through the End of Halls Move Out scheme.
Collaboration between the Students' Union and university has enabled a wide variety of student-led projects to develop. And this year we also launched our new SU strategy, which includes a commitment to sustainability. Our sabbatical officers all have sustainability written into their roles, giving them a responsibility to lead on sustainability issues connected to their portfolio.
We reduce the environmental impacts from our day-to-day operations by working with colleagues within the Estates and Development Directorate and throughout the university to improve the efficiency of waste management, reduce carbon emissions and promote sustainable travel initiatives. Our environmental policies, plans and initiatives are embedded into key staff roles and work practices.
By forging connections with colleagues across the university, from estates to academia, the SU to our students, our culture of collaboration for sustainability empowers and enables colleagues and students to be leaders in driving sustainability at Keele and beyond.
Keele University, a small university making a big difference. From world-leading sustainable energy transition projects that epitomize the use of a university as a living lab for sustainability, to its local business engagement projects developing the local region into a hub for a low-carbon economy. Collaboration between professional services and estate staff, students and academics, and external partners from multinationals to activist groups is how it embeds sustainability in everything it does. Keele is an optimum example of sustainability transformation. The Green Keele ethos permeates all aspects of the university, and their long-term commitment is demonstrated through their pioneering, collaborative, and authentic approach. Congratulations.
And on behalf of the EAUC, may I again extend my thanks to all of the finalists in this most exceptional of years, where we collectively have kept the sustainability flag flying. Thank you and good night from me.
Well, congratulations to all the winners and the highly commended entries, and to all the finalists. You are all to be truly commended for all your inspirational initiatives and encouragement to others to replicate across our sector. You are all inspirational champions. Good luck to our international category finalists. This concludes the awards for tonight, and thank you to Ian both for inviting me and for co-hosting the awards tonight.
Coronavirus has been devastating for those who fell sick or lost loved ones. The restrictions imposed on everyday life to check its spread have been particularly difficult for people living in cramped conditions. juggling childcare and work, and for those who've lost their jobs. The global health pandemic has shined a harsh light on vulnerabilities in our society, the challenges we face. It's provided a clear picture of existing inequalities and a clearer picture of what steps we need to take forward. But despite these huge losses, the pandemic has allowed us to glimpse what a different economy and pace of life might look like, one that's slower, more sustainable, less fixated on growth and consumption. The pandemic is an opportunity to reconsider what makes a good life. We believe it's also valuable to look beyond these immediate concerns to what may be possible for education on the other side of the COVID-19 pandemic. It's hard to imagine that there'll be another moment in history when the central role of education in the economic, social, political prosperity and stability of nations is so obvious and well understood by the general population. Now is the time to chart a vision of how education can emerge stronger from the global crisis. The 2021 Green Gown Awards open next week, the 1st of April, and the new category will appear, reflecting this opportunity to building back much better. The pandemic has impacted the education sector hugely. However, it's also provided us with opportunities, creativity, and innovation. This new category is to recognise these surprising collaborations, innovative solutions, changes that were not possible prior to the pandemic that have accelerated routes to net zero, embedded the Sustainable Development Goals, transformed organisational agility and how and what we teach and research, raised the priority of sustainability within our institutions and advanced a wider green recovery. Judges will be looking for game-changing staff and/or student-led initiatives. And other categories will also recognise the pandemic, reflecting this unique time we face and opportunities that are in front of us. Please do apply. Details will be on the website from the 1st of April. So thank you, Alison, to my co-host. Thank you to all our supporters, presenters, Enactus students, and you, our audience. Congratulations once again to all our finalists and highly commended and our winners. If you wish to donate, please do. We need your help. Details can be found on the YouTube page and our website. Please enjoy the rest of your day and thank you for supporting us and being part of the Green Gown Awards UK and Ireland.